Greetings, beans. Great Northern beans, half beans. All of the people that are here. Thank you for joining us for another Half Bean production. I am your host. Today's video is an ode to my wife, the bane of her existence, Christmas tins. The one thing that has angered her since Christmas of 2014, I am now finally using and turning into containers for all of my survival crap. So, without further ado, have a Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Bright. Isn't that cute? That is fancy, isn't it? Look at that. That's without the glare.
It's freaking July.
What do you want from me, woman?
It's July.
It might be July, but it's Christmas right now. Anyway, our first tin is going to be the majority of our fire accelerant and starting equipment. Face wipes. Let's see, 80 count. Textured cotton rounds. Soft, smooth, luxurious. 100% pure cotton that I took from my wife's medicine cabinet. Everyone knows that this is good tinder. I've also soaked many in wax, so now we have some fire wafers that can be broken down into many smaller pieces. Now we all know what those do. HBC, Hogland Bus Company. I got this at a job fair. It's, yeah, everybody knows what this is. Lip balm. And I got like 500 of these things because they were just giving it away. Fire extender. Put this on some cotton, you're good to go. Burn for a while. Yeah? Piece of rope, soaked in wax. 100% cotton. If it's not, you're just burning plastic. And that doesn't taste very nice, does it, precious? Anyway, lots of accelerants, lots of pine pitch, stuck in a medicine capsule. Took that from a tree. Look at that. Would you look at that? Yep. A big old stone of stuff that I got from a pine tree near Houston. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? Can make pine tar, all kinds of stuff out of that, or just burn it. Anyhow, that's number one. A couple of lighters, a bottle opener. It says Yik Yak. Got that in college. Anyway, all that goes in this first tin. First one's accessible. When you get to camp, first thing you're going to want to do, more than likely, is to put some water together. You clean it up. Boil it. Keep it from getting all nasty and giving you the giardia. Nobody wants the giardia. Die of dysentery. Oregon Trail taught me that. That is a rough way to go, man. Anyhow, moving on to tin number 2. Santa Claus. Candy cane, present, and a snowman. Whammo. This one contains all kinds of crap. I mean, it's going to carry a little everything. Another small tin, obviously with char cloth. My char cloth is made from denim. 100% cotton. And a lot stronger than plain thin cotton t-shirt. That's what this came from. This stuff tears apart very easy. Whammo. Now, denim, as you can see, you get a lot more strings coming off of it, but it is by far stronger as a charred material. It takes quite a bit to peel that off. Now, look at that. That Christmas old guy. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la. They didn't even go with the la la la. Well, there you go. Charcloth tin. We'll eventually, burn Santa Claus at the stake to make some more charcloth. We'll get to that point. And then you have everything else. Waterproof matches burned into straws. Some athletic tape. Rot dirt. Some can openers. Look at that. Arm of surplus. I believe this is the 38. I do have the smaller version. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but hey, it works. So you got that. Bank line, paracord, and even smaller tin. Trees ink. Thanks to my portly brother-in-law, I was able to get this small tin. And you can put just about whatever you want in there. Within reason. It's pretty small. Anyhow, isn't that fancy? Woo-woo! A bunch of hooks. Snelled leaders, outdoor angler. Got these at Walmart in Waco. I believe they were 10 cents a piece. Got a whole bunch of those in there. And our best friends, the rocks. Our best friends, we'll call them the rocks. I don't know if they want me using their real names on the internet. We're nice enough to get me some of these for Christmas. I got like 4 of them. I only have 2. I forgot where I put the other ones. They're probably in my bob, sitting in my bug out bag. But we all know what these are. Survival bracelet, scraper, paracord, ferro rod, whistle, compass. Anyway, here's something that I find interesting. I don't really see too many other channels doing this, only because it's not really something that you would think of entirely. But at work, we have boxes and boxes of white clothes for some reason. We get them from the prison. My boss is going cheap and buying boxes of torn up jeans and dress shirts to use as oil rags. So, hey, good for him. But you get to punch the boxes open. I found this little bottle. It had earplugs in it for when we go shooting. Stuck a button compass in there. Dang it. Stuck a cork. But all of those rags have buttons. All different kinds and sizes. Any person, male or female, who has ever gone out to go buy a thing of buttons, if you've ever looked at the price of buttons, it's ridiculous. It is an egregious price, if you ask me, for something that's made of plastic. Anyway. So I've been taking the buttons off the rags. Cork it, button it, blammo. You're good to go. Another compass. Band-aids, duct tape. That's not everything that you could potentially cram into this thing. And cram we will. Moving on to the next one. Look at that. That is adorable. A snowman and a reindeer. Doesn't that just give you the diabetes? It Wilford Brimley's me. And it's empty. This one is just kind of for extra use. This can be a plate. This could be a bowl. Or whatever you want it to be. Char cloth. Tinder. Carry around stuff. Put your funguses in here. Maybe other kinds of charred material. Or food. Put food in it. But that's where the next item comes in. You're going to have a whole lot of stuff. You need to put your food somewhere. Now you put it in with the rest of these tins, there is the odd chance that you're going to end up smashing something. So, it's where this comes in. For those of us that are a little more portly than everyone else, some people's inseam decides to disintegrate. And that's when the jeans become useless. So, We take some paracord and a sewing machine, or an awl and a needle, whatever you want. And we take that busted up leg, sew up the bottom, sew up the top, put a drawstring in it, put a pocket here, you can put stuff in it, sew it across the top here, and at the bottom. It also leaves it open to where you can put stuff in between that. But you got your bag, your food bag. You can throw pepper, some knockoff. Oh, well, no, it's not knockoff. Some Tony Chachere's. You throw that in there. Anything else you want? This thing of Band-Aids that I got as swag. And you can jam that in there. Drawstring it shut. And go from there. And it's in there. It ain't coming out. It's a pretty long bag. It's an entire leg. But that ain't going anywhere. Moving on to the bulk. This one I used and got from work. Jacob's in the bakery. One of our parts stores decided, you know what? We're gonna butter these guys up and bring a bunch of diabetics sugar cookies. I'm not diabetic, but most of my coworkers are over the age of 65, and most of them have diabetes. And the parts stores decided, like I said, sugar cookie, butter cookie. Okay, same thing. It all comes in that tin. And they went through it in like 3 days. And this is a good sized tin. I mean, look at the side of that thing. 2 diabetics, 1 full bean and 1 northern bean. I mean, just devoured and surprisingly lived. On the inside of this one's where I keep most of my cooking stuff, extra cups. These things are interesting. I find these at the Walmarts and the H-E-B's. Trees and wildflowers. Nice little reviews. You know, brings you certain things like what kind, if it's edible, stuff like that. Now, the best part about this cook set is everything I got from H-E-B. Alright? Little measuring cup. Goes up to 500 milliliters. I mean, it's a cup. It's stainless steel, and I think it was like 99 cents. Another lighter. This thing is loaded with matches. Matches that you can get at H-E-B. Maya. Extra de lujo. Look at that. Yep. Them's is Mexican matches. Straight from the bean country #1. A friend of mine gave me this cup. Look at that big honking thing. It's so delicious. Chuck Wagon soda. Stainless steel. And it all fits in there. Comes together nicely. Got these at H-E-B too. Everybody says they were shot glasses, but these are just like little molds. But they'll work, you know, mixing ingredients, which we'll get into in another video. Putting together soup stocks, jerky stuff, and, you know, all that. Extra cups. When you're sitting there and you want some Earl Grey, you know, nice bergamot, maybe some lavender and mint. Say what now?
Chamomile.
Chamomile. Yeah, I guess so. We can do some beanie flowers. That's fine. Duct tape. Dollar Tree stuff. The cheapest of Ruban adhesive. Tool bench. And this little neat thing. Look at that. I'm gonna assume this is for like flour or sugar or whatever you decide to put in there. Tea bags. This little thing is awesome, man. Almost everything. These cups, the 2 extras, these little shot glass looking things, and this cup in here. This one I got from my friend. He wasn't going to use it. But this, I like overall because it has that small lid. Easily polishable. That's your signal mirror, man. I mean, you shine that thing up real good, and they're going to be all over it. they'll know exactly where you are. Same with that. I mean, if you really got desperate, you could use that in the sun. But I would use this for my tinder instead of that one empty one, because that empty one more than likely is going to end up being a plate, the lid, and a bowl. There you go. But this would be my tinder, snugged at the bottom with everything else on top. Anyhow, duct tape goes in. Don't have to let that jingle around everywhere. Put those back in there, and we're good. Look at that. Now, one point we had a camper, right? We bought this like $1,000 piece of crap. It was a spectacular turd, and it had plenty of corn in it. We ended up selling that one, but they had these cups in there, little plastic ones. I haven't seen stuff like this since the 70s. And I was born in 1982. So there you go. Thanks, Mom, for keeping all that old crap. I mean, this one has a little pouring thing. That's nifty. This one's just, it ain't got no handle. Well, you don't find crap like this anymore. Not even at Goodwill. Those go in there. A couple of pencil sharpeners. I like these for also making tinder and spear points, whatever you want to do with it. These came from Dollar Tree. It's got the big end and the little end. Small pencil, kindergarten pencil. I got two of them sitting in here. I mean, you never know, man. You might need a spear. You know, stab a bluegill. You know, get after it after that. My sister got me one of these. A little knockoff from China. She got it from Target, of all places. Not a fan of Target. Don't like going there. But this is a nifty little thing. Fork. 4-tine food stabber. Look at that. Now, the best part about this is there's a spoon on the other side. And a knife. That, I mean, it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, if this thing were sharp, by any means, it would be pretty good. But, I mean, I severely doubt we're cutting butter with this. And you ain't cleaning fish with it. But it does have the can opener on it, and I like that. Or bottle opener, whatever you want it. You could probably open a can with that. Maybe backwards. We'll sharpen that tip side. We'll sharpen the tip right there. And I think we could open some cans with this. Might be onto something. Anyhow, that's a nifty little gadget. We'll get to using that eventually. Leather pouch. My small possible sack. And this thing's got all kinds of crap in it. Got me a cap. That came off of, if I remember correctly, this cap came off of a tiki torch. I jammed a screw in the bottom, which works on 2 different levels. Take that screw out, flip it over, put it in point side on the inside. You follow me? And you screw that down to a log or another piece of wood. And you got a candle stand. That's all you need. A little bit of chain. That's for cooking. Hanging off a tripod. Or whatever you want to hang it from. Or you can just hang your food up in a tree and keep it away from the animals. And, I don't know, thieves. You know, it hasn't hit the fan yet, so we're not really hiding from people. But anyway, back to business. All this fits right back into here. Everything gets crammed back in, put together. Stacks on top of each other. Okay, and this is just a basic, you know, I'd say this would be a 72-hour job. Alright? You know, you got this lying around. Maybe it has hit the fan. You're not at home, but you're going around and you see a bunch of crap sitting on the side of the road. Or you find an abandoned house, You know no one is there, and you're using this stuff anyway. Who's gonna stop you? There's no law. I mean, there's no one there. Belt. Just a cheapy little D-ring belt. You take that, throw crap around. You know, no one's perfect. Sorry about that, firestarters.com. Didn't mean to throw your stuff on the ground. But, you know, maybe it did hit the fan just then. Get your belt on there, give it a tug, and there you have it. You got a nice, neat little put together. It really ain't gonna go nowhere until you jam this yourself into a 5-gallon bucket. I don't have any clean ones right now, but I do have them. This will fit inside of a bucket. If you're lucky enough to get a 5-gallon bucket that is also food grade, that has a seal. Sorry about that, folks. I don't have the greatest camera equipment, so if you see me jiggling around everywhere, it's because this thing has like a 3-foot cord holding it up. And that's okay. You know, it's your little world. You make it work. Like I said, Dave Canterbury does it in the woods. I'll show you how to do it in the hood. These tins are spectacular. There's others that you can use too. Mrs. Fields. Alright? None of these people are paying me. This is just stuff that I found on the side of the road in junk piles. I ain't proud. I'll head out there to a pile of pirate treasure and just, you know, I'll root through it. Depending on the dumpster, I'll even go in it. Ain't going to no weirdo dumpster, you know what I'm saying? Freaking raccoons in there. I mean, that's a cork, by the way. Fancy little cork. And I like these square ones because let's say you do have electronics or a decent amount of bullets you want to keep out of the weather. I mean, you could probably jam a magazine in there. Or a clip. Whatever you want to call it. We're just going to leave it at that. The best part is most of these will stack together. Even our... Yep. Look at them. Not a big fan of them. It's just stainless steel and non-insulated. I could burn this thing to a crisp and ain't nothing happening. Or even one of these. Fancy little thing. Look at that. Everything will stack together inside the bucket. There's plenty of room. Water container, extra tin, empty. Now, all that being done, I just found it interesting. I haven't seen too many people doing that. I mean, chime off in the comments if you've seen something similar. But if it hasn't been done that fancy, let me know. Alrighty. Now, one other thing that I want to touch on is going to be your light source. Yeah, you can have a couple of these, and they'll work. I mean, they work. Cheap, but the batteries go, and if you drop this thing too many times, it's done for. That's where I like these. Alright, this is a small one. This one does not have, if you'll notice on its base, there is not room for any fluid in there. It's because this one works off of tea light candles. It works exactly like any other farm lantern. Or barn lantern, whatever you want to call it. Oil lamp, you know, whatever. A rod right here, where you would normally do a wick, that actually raises your stack. Pulls it up so that way you can tip your glass. And then you can put that tea light candle right in there. Now, I've already tested this thing. I'm pretty sure you could maybe find these at like a Hobby Lobby or something to that degree. But I have yet to find one anywhere. Even online, I haven't seen any. This had to have been like a limited run thing. But with a tea light candle in here, this thing goes for about a good like couple of hours before the wick just burns out completely and you're left with very little wax left. Now, As I said, you can't find these things. But in the next video, I'm going to show you how to cut glass. You can go to Harbor Freight and get a glass cutter for $2, roughly. And if you get the coupon, you can get some zip ties with it. Or whatever, buy one, get something free, whatever the coupon is. But I buy the glass cutter because it's $2, and then I can get something else. I'm going to show you how to make something similar to this. Maybe not as fancy, not a tin frame, but it will be a tin can, or whatever your imagination can bring you to in the next video. I appreciate you coming along, half-beaning with me. If you're not a half bean, that's fine. If you're a whole bean, even better. But if you're not a bean, you will be soon. Shortly. Y'all have a good one.